Today is a hugely significant moment for Afghanistan, and the decisions that all of us take here at this conference can really shape the path that Afghanistan takes in the future. And of course, for countries like the UK, Afghanistan is a place that matters to us a great deal, not just because of the things that we've worked with you to achieve over these last 13 years that many other people have talked about already today, the education, the healthcare, helping to support democracy in that first peaceful transfer of power in the country's history that took place early this year. But I think for the UK, as for other international partners, we're also very conscious of the cost that's been paid by our brave servicemen and women, also by brave humanitarian and other civilian workers, but also the huge toll and the loss of life paid overwhelmingly by the Afghan people. They're very much at the forefront of our minds as we look at how we can help the Afghan government and its people build that brighter future for the country that we all want. This conference is a critical moment for the new government of Afghanistan as they set out their vision for the future, and for the international community, for us to demonstrate our commitment to an enduring partnership with Afghanistan. And I think all of us recognise that it's not just about the decisions that we make now, important as they are. The even harder challenge will be staying the course and delivering on those promises that we make. We need to make sure we deliver after this conference as well as during it. Afghanistan's enormous potential is recognised by everyone, but at the same time, we know there are immense challenges as well. Driving faster economic growth and jobs remains critical, particularly jobs for Afghanistan's young people. Yesterday, a roundtable with the private sector companies, not just from Afghanistan, but around the world, identified a short list of practical, realistic reforms that can really help remove constraints to private sector investment in Afghanistan. And it was so encouraging to hear His Excellency President Ghani respond positively and commit to really driving private sector development. It's a message that will resonate with inward investors. It's also critical that women as well as men benefit from this. Life has improved for millions of Afghan girls and women in the last decade, but far too many are still locked out of progress. And Afghanistan cannot truly develop if half its population are left behind. We applaud the government for committing to addressing gender equality. I've been so encouraged by the comments both from President Ghani and also Chief Executive Officer Dr. Abdullah. And we look forward to seeing those plans come to fruition for 4 female cabinet ministers. It will be fantastic to see them in their places, and a very symbolic but powerful step forward of the intent that the Afghanistan government has to improve women's rights. The UK has invested significantly over the last 12 years to support Afghanistan's economic and social development and to improve the lives of millions of Afghans, and our support will continue. The UK will deliver on the commitments that we made at the Tokyo conference in 2012 to support the Afghan government's objectives and to help achieve that dynamic, vibrant Afghan economy that can create the jobs that are so badly needed. Out of the funds we've already committed, the UK will be investing in Afghanistan's transport sector, rebuilding flood-damaged infrastructure in northern Afghanistan and other key infrastructure. We're also contributing to investing in Afghanistan's agricultural sector, which generates more than 50% of Afghan jobs. And it's support that will help farmers and entrepreneurs increase production, as well as creating 13,000 jobs, including at least over 3,000 for women. We will continue to put women and girls at the heart of our programmes. We will support the Afghanistan National Action Plan for Women, Peace and Security, which is so important. We will focus on strengthening women's political participation through training of provincial councillors, as well as expanding our efforts to help survivors of violence receive adequate support and also get access to justice. In conclusion, no one could ever underestimate the challenges that Afghanistan has faced and remains facing. But we can't lose sight of its enormous potential either. And after decades of war and instability, a better future for Afghanistan really is in sight now. I think that for all the men and women that have died and paid such a terrible price, this is the legacy that we owe them. And as Chief Executive Officer Dr. Abdullah set out earlier today, this is the best tribute to their sacrifice that we can possibly make. A safe and a prosperous Afghanistan where political differences are resolved around the table, at the ballot box, and a country where everyone has the chance to fulfill their potential. And this is in our hands. The new government of Afghanistan, the international community, civil society and the private sector, we can all reiterate our commitment to Afghanistan at this conference and then stay the course and build the Afghanistan its people deserve. Thank you very much.